Hey guys, today I'm going to be unboxing the Providence Gundam Versun from DevilArts. So yeah, this is a third-party release that is basically the equivalent of Bandai's Master Grade Providence. This one actually, I believe, came out slightly before Bandai's, just barely. And as far as I know, it's just a total coincidence that they both ended up making basically the same kit kind of around the same time. I think this one, I mean, I saw like planning images of this before we ever got the announcement of Bandai, so it was very, very odd. I don't really think there's any connection at all, but it's just strange coincidence. But anyway, I want to check this kit out and compare it to the Bandai kit for you in the review, so we'll do that later. But for now, let's just unbox this kit. I actually, at the moment, I think I like the design of this one more than the design of Bandai's. It's a little bit different detail style of this one, and I think it's a little bit more appealing to my personal taste. But we'll see how the actual kit comes together. From everything I've heard, it's a pretty solid kit, so I think I'm going to be pretty happy with this. So here we can see the bottom there is Providence Versun. I don't really get that whole Versun thing, but anyway, it is a 1/100 scale full frame, so it's basically Master Grade, basically is what that means. Directed by Sunkaka, so maybe, I don't know who, maybe that's a designer who designed this, perhaps. Again, it's from DevilArts, and a company that I don't think they've produced anything before. I think this is the first kit that they've put out, at least under that name. So on the sides, just nothing there. On the back, nothing there. So very basic box art. But on the inside, we've got some cool stuff here. The instruction manual is actually sort of like a magazine, like the paper inside is just like really, really thin paper. But the outside is like kind of almost sort of like laminated, kind of like the outside of a magazine. So you can see just like basically the same box art there. Once again, assembly instructions there. I'm guessing that's what it says there in Japanese. Just some more credits here on the back, just regarding the model production, basically. In the front, here is some line art. I guess that was their official line art that they were using for making this kit, as well as the head design there. I don't know if that artwork is actually from someone. I believe it would be just from someone from their studio, but I don't know. I guess it would have that here, right? Original design by Kunio Okawara. That's the original Providence design, but this one, this design, I'm not sure. I don't think that's the original Okawara design, but I don't know. Anyway, all right. Here is the parts list. So we're going to have A, B, C, D, E, F parts, and G, H, I, J, and then P. Where's K? K, L, J, anyway, through Q. Yeah, so lots of parts. The construction is going to start off with the head. It's kind of hard to see. The lines are very fine, so hopefully you guys can see that okay. Anyway, construction is starting off with the head, building that up, then onto the body. The inner frame of this kit is very simple, so if you're the kind of person that likes a lot of detail on the inner frame, probably not going to like this. Personally, I don't care. I just want it to function well, so I think I'm okay with the simplicity of this frame. The torso build, though, I gotta say, just at a glance, looks quite simple, which is kind of nice. Again, as long as it operates well, then that's fine. Then it's onto the waist section, then onto the legs, then finishing up the legs, then onto the arms, finishing up the arms, then onto the side skirts. Interesting, that's a whole separate step there. And then finally onto the backpack, and then the shield, just the one kind of page there for the shield, and then the rifle here, that big huge rifle. Hopefully this kit is able to hold the rifle better than Bandai's Master Grade was able to. So here we got, just once all the parts are done, then just putting it all together. And then here is how to use the effect parts. So this does come with more detailed effect parts, and effect parts for the sides and back skirt as well, which the Bandai kit did not have. If you remember, on the Bandai kit, it only came with effect parts for these here, and it was just straight things that were not very detailed or anything at all. These are actually more detailed, so that's pretty cool. And let's see what here. Then we have the marking guide. So this does come with Waterslide decals, which again the Bandai kit did not have. You'd have to get the P Bandai version for that. So all those Waterslide decals there, and then on the weapons and on the backpack. All right, so let's get a look at the runners and everything. All right, so first we have our foil stickers, just 2 of them. 2 stickers here for the eyes, I guess 1 in case you mess up. And that is it for the foil stickers. Then, interesting, we get these stickers. So these are like, I guess for the really lazy. So these are like stickers that it's like just the black part, and I guess you just kind of like peel this up off here, or how do these stickers even work? Or you peel up this part? All right, yeah, since I've already just ruined one there, but you can see, I guess you just peel this up very carefully and then just place it around the eyes, and then you have your black lining around the eyes. Let's see, fix that there. So it's kind of like a slightly rubbery kind of sticker, but just get some black paint and you could do that. But then we have our Waterslide decal sheet. So check this out. These are some pretty awesome looking water slides on here. Really nice big sheet. Here at the bottom, let's just go through this because this looks like a pretty badass Waterslide sheet. Here at the bottom, a whole bunch of just kind of standard marking decals. The detail on them looks super, super nice, I have to say. These are probably some of the best Waterslide decals I've ever seen. Number 1, they're pre-cut, which is always nice. The detail is super fine on them, so that's also really appreciated. Really nice, fine detail, and also all the different colors. They're not just like all black or all red and white. These markings down here are in white, black, and red. And then we get up here, and these are like in like dark gray and purple and white, and that lavender purple color looks really nice. And then here we have some yellow and white as well, and just more of that kind of dark gray, and all of these really awesome looking markings. So really, really amazing water slides here, I gotta say. As long as they go on the kit well. I mean, I haven't tried them yet, but just right off the bat, they look really super nice. Then we've got a couple of clear parts here that weren't really on any runner, but I guess you should be able to figure them out. This clear yellow one for inside the head, and then a clear green one for the eyes, and then I guess this is for a different camera and a different camera. I think this one is for the rifle. This square one is for the shield, I believe, so these clear green ones. Again, it's that same kind of like cloudy green. It's not quite as clear as I would have liked, but this is just kind of how molding clear green goes, I guess. So we got runner A. It's in this kind of nice gray color, definitely a better color. I mean, if you're not going to be painting between this and the Bandai version, the Bandai one was a little bit too bluish for me. This one's just a kind of nicer gray color, and a lot of really great detail there. And I gotta say, on just my first time actually touching and holding this plastic, the plastic quality feels very, very good. Just at first, I mean, again, we'll see how well it actually cuts and sands and all of that, but from what I can tell at the moment, this feels like as close to Bandai quality as I've ever seen in a third-party kit. It's really, really nice quality plastic, it seems. The detail is all really sharp on there as well, as you can see. Lots of really nice detail here on the underside of the shield there as well. A lot of times in these third-party kits, their panel lines are a little bit too large for my personal taste. These ones kind of have that, but it has a good mix of like smaller, really thin panel lines and some of these like more larger panel lines. So I gotta say, from just the A runner here, I'm definitely impressed. Here's how the runners are marked. Just DA for DevilArts, 1/100, Providence, and then the runner A. I kind of wish this was cut out. It's going to be kind of confusing. I'm going to always look at this and just think every single runner is runner D. But anyway, that's just how it goes, I guess. Then we got runner B here, same gray color, just some more smaller parts. So there's like a front skirt parts. And here we have parts for the head as well as the V-fin there. You can see, again, really nice detail here for that faceplate, very nicely cut out bit there, and then the connection points, the gates on the V-fin don't look too bad, so cutting that out should be pretty fine. It's super, super sharp, so really nice molding there. Runner C is basically, looks like all like the funnels for the side skirt and the back skirt basically here. And again, unlike, it was nice on the Bandai kit that these were just one piece, but in this case, unfortunately, they're two pieces that you're going to be sandwiching together, but they look like they're made in a way that it's not really going to have a seam line there, that like the top part is going to kind of fit inside there. So hopefully won't have too much in the way of seam lines to get rid of on these. That would be kind of annoying, but again, the detail on them is looking really super sharp, so it's looking nice. Runner D here, finally away from that light gray color. Now we're into just a darker kind of standard medium gray. And so this is obviously, of course, just a lot of parts for the inner frame, parts for like in the backpack. Here we have a couple parts for the head as well, that like gray V-fin that it has on the head. So there's that. And then yeah, again, just these kind of large, bulkier inner frame parts. It's nice that the tubing around the torso is just actual plastic and not that like, well, it's hard plastic, I should say, not that soft plastic like on Bandai's. So painting that should be no problem at all. Definitely liking the looks of that. Runner D, back to light gray, and here we have some more armor parts. So this looks like a lot of the armor parts for the arms and legs mostly. And again, I know you guys probably get the idea as I keep saying it again and again, but you can just see all the detail on here. It's really nice, small, fine detail. All this cutout bit here on like the sides of the legs is all looking really nice and sharp there. So very impressive. And we do have two of this E runner. Runner F is back to inner frame stuff, so nothing really too exciting. Still have some parts that actually show, do have some really nice detail, but on parts that aren't going to actually show on the kit, it's not really much in the way of details there, so I'm cool with that. Anyway, we have two of this F runner, and finally getting into some actual color. Here we have runner G. This runner is in a really nice kind of violet blue color. Definitely liking this color a lot better than Bandai's kit. Again, that's just personal color preference. In my case, I really like this color more than just that really dark navy. This is definitely a much brighter, much more interesting color tone with a little bit of purple added to that blue. So some parts here, obviously for the torso, and then a few other places around on the kit. Runner H here, just a pretty standard red. As you can see, a couple of parts did fall off the runner already, so just be careful of that when you're taking the parts out of the bags. A couple parts there for the head, some like kind of piston looking parts there, I guess. I'm not sure where those go, but I would guess probably like in the ankles, and then obviously some foot parts here. Then runner I, just two yellow parts here for the chest vents and the collar. That's it, just pretty standard yellow. Runner J here is again a pretty standard gray color. This looks like mostly parts, like mostly just all the gray parts for the weapons. So for the rifle as well as the just kind of gray mechanical parts for the shield. Runner K here is a small little runner just in the same kind of dark gray color again. This looks like, I'm not entirely sure, just some detail parts around on the torso. And I'm thinking maybe some of these parts are going like in the sides and back skirts, like inside the funnels there. We do have two of this K runner here as well, so that's what I would guess. And this kit does have polycaps. They're here on the L runner, so we just have the L runner is just made of standard polycap material, and we do have two of this L runner as well. Runner M is in this really nice clear blue color here for our effect parts, as well as these parts for going like inside the thruster. I think that's for like inside the big thrusters on the back bottom part of the backpack. I want to test how reactive this is to UV light, and it actually glows really brightly under UV light, so that's pretty awesome as well. I know you guys can't really see that exactly the same as I'm seeing it in person, but at least you can tell that that's shining quite brightly there under UV light. And then we do have, of course, two of this runner as well for all of those beautiful effect parts. Runner N here is our one clear pink beam effect part for the shield. I like this as well. I think Bandai's was cool that it was long, but it was a little bit too long. It was just kind of sillily long. Is that a word? Sillily? Anyway, you guys, it was ridiculously long. This one is long, but it's not quite as extreme. So this one I think is pretty good. And again, really nice effect on that as well. Just a few more runners left, guys. Here's runner O. Some of the parts here for the large dragoons. I just realized that I've been calling them funnels the whole time. Dragoons, sorry, Seed fans. Anyway, these dragoons, we do have two of this runner. These are just the dragoon parts for the backpack, it looks like. And then we got runner P and runner Q. And now these are basically just all the parts for the hands. Now, these are by far my favorite style of hands, just swappable hands. Yeah, it's a lot more work because you have to paint like 8 or 10, in this case it looks like 10 sets of hands, or 5 sets of hands, 10 hands in total that you have to do. But ultimately I think these are the best. Like the just actually fully articulated hands are just kind of a pain, and those tend to be really fragile. Swappable fingers work pretty well, but those don't always stay in place very well, as we saw on the Bandai Master Grade Providence Gundam. These are definitely my favorite because you can just take the trigger finger hand and you can just glue that onto the rifle and because you're only ever going to use it for that. And then you have these other hands, really nicely shaped open hands there. Looks like we've got maybe closed fists or just like holding hands. Maybe closed fists, holding hands, trigger finger hands. Oh, here's the closed fists. What are those? Oh, those are like beam saber holding hands, but this kit doesn't have any beam sabers, but that's basically what those would be, or like a staff weapon or something like that, and then open hands. So lots of hand options. I like that. Really happy with these. So overall, I know this has been a really long unboxing, guys. Apologies for that, but I am super impressed. Assuming that this kit isn't riddled with fitting issues, trying to actually put it together, I can pretty much tell you that right off the bat, I'm sure I'm gonna like this more than the Bandai version. But again, we'll see how it all comes together. I'll have the review coming up for you guys next. Stay tuned for that. If you guys have any other questions, comments, leave those down below. And just thank you guys, as always, for watching and for keeping your hate of third-party kits to a minimum. If you don't want to buy this, then just don't buy this. I guess that's all I can say. All right, thank you guys for watching. See you next time. Bye-bye.